of your favorite Fortnite Mythic weapons are back, and today we're going to be using all of them, ranking them on a tier list, and I'll be letting you know how you can use them all right now. If you love Mythic weapons as much as me, hit that like button right now. From the main menu, just click the button to select a game mode, go over across to island code, enter in the code that you see on screen here. Just before you click play, click the little love heart button so you can return to this map whenever you want, and then click play to jump into the action. The first weapon we're going to be taking a look at is the Spire Garden's Primal Assault Rifle. You can earn your mythics on this map by eliminating other players, getting gold, and going up to the mythic random chest to get any one of these mythics at random. Playing on this creative map will also earn XP for your battle pass and help towards your progress of getting these free creative unlocks, so it's a great time to jump in. And I'm going to be setting off the incredibly expensive nuke that's on this map at the end of the video, to stick around to see what happens. Now, I secretly really like the Primal season of Fortnite. A lot of people overlooked it, and I really like the Primal Assault Rifle as well. The accuracy of this weapon wasn't great, but the speed at which it shot and the power at which it dealt if you hit someone, if you had a little bit of luck going your way, this thing could kill pretty fast. I'm actually going to put it in really good. I'm a fan of this weapon. Next up, Zig and Choppies Raygun. This weapon's just hilarious to me. The Raygun in general was absolute trash. If the other player that you're shooting at isn't very good at building, you can use this thing almost like a sniper, and if you get headshots, it can obliterate people very fast. But let's be real, in a world where people are very sweaty in Fortnite, this gun isn't that good in most situations. Look, getting a ray gun in Fortnite is incredible, but it just isn't very good, guys. I'm sorry. Sideways minigun. I liked the sideways minigun a lot, and the mythic version dealing even more damage to enemy players. This thing's pretty cracked, and you can fire it for a really long time as well. It's super heavy hitting, and if you get in a build fight and just want to spam them with a fully automatic weapon, it can work. But considering it's a mythic, it's not that much special to the normal counterparts. I'm going to put it in okay, and I may adjust some of these towards the end of the video, but it's going there for now. Sloan's Pulse Rifle. Now, I don't know if I just didn't use this very much, but I'm telling you, jumping back in creative and giving this thing another go, holy moly, this thing's really good. It had the really cool feature of firing slower, but hitting harder if you're aiming down sights, and firing a lot quicker, but doing less damage if you were hip firing. A really nice gun that you could use both for super accurate long-range shots and also close quarter engagements. I tested this out close range, and we were dealing 80+ damage to the head with a single bullet on this thing. I know the fire rate's slow. I'm genuinely gonna have to put it in really good. I think people underestimated this thing. Next up, Ocean's Burst Assault Rifle. Now, I've actually got two Burst Assault Rifles, Ocean's versions and also Sloan's version. There are differences between this weapon. The magazine size of Ocean's Burst Assault Rifle is bigger. The fire rate not quite as fast. The Sloan's version has a smaller magazine size, but a faster fire rate. This thing really is all about how quickly you can get those shots and how quickly you can take people down. Really, the most important thing for these weapons is the fire rate, which is why I'm leaning towards Sloan's being better. If you're shooting at somebody behind a wall, there's a chance to destroy the wall with the first bullet, and then a second bullet goes through and connects with them. Yes, you're not going to be reloading as much with Oceans, and it was a really cool weapon when it was first added in, but Sloan came back and made it better, in my opinion, if I'm honest. I'm gonna put Oceans as okay. Sloan's is better. Like, don't get me wrong, but they're both also okay. Again, I may change some of these as the video goes on, but that's what I'm sticking with for now. Talking of really good guns, though, Skye's Assault Rifle. Oh my goodness. The season that brought us so many mythics at one time. Midas's Drumgun, Skye's Assault Rifle. They're all incredible. With Skye's Assault Rifle, the damage and the fire rate, it was like using an aimbot weapon. If I'm really honest, it was incredible. Let's not forget, Skye also dropped more than one mythic, which is just ridiculous. But before we get onto that, I don't even need to think about it. The Skye Assault Rifle is probably the best weapon, and I'm going to say that maybe the best weapon we've ever had in Fortnite. Thankfully, only one person could get this gun on the map, but if you did get it, you could drop people so quickly, it was ridiculous. Now, as I said, Skye also dropped another, well, not really weapon, but she dropped the Skye's Grappler with infinite usage on the Grappler. Now, Jules also has a mythic glider that's available in-game as well. Jules actually lets you redeploy afterwards, has a slightly slower fire rate, believe it or not. So you can't shoot the Grappler as quickly, but it doesn't really matter for a gun like this. I'd say that for mobility, Jules was better, but for pulling off crazy cool stuff, Skye's allowed you to pull out a weapon as soon as you fly towards them. I think I'm going to put Jules higher and Skye's lower. Grapplers are fun, but having that ability to redeploy, that's going to swing it for me. Jules was also another person to get 2 mythics when taking her down as a boss. Her second gun is the Jules Drumgun. Now, I've done a little bit of digging into this one, and I've got some maybe controversial opinions here. I love the Drumgun. And available now in creative and on the map that I'm playing on right now, you can get Jules' Drumgun and Shadow Midas's Drumgun. Both Jules' and Shadow Midas's Drumgun are the exact same damage profile and stats. They're literally duplicates of each other. However, Midas's original Mythic Drumgun isn't available at the moment and is better than both of these. Midas's Drumgun dealt more damage and had a faster fire rate and did more damage to structures whilst also having the same magazine size and reload time. So as a result of coming back and using both Jules's and Shadow Midas's Drumgun, felt a little underwhelming. Don't get me wrong, run at someone of these things, they're gonna melt you. But because of the slightly less damage, both these guns kill in 5 shots if the player has 100 health, no shield, rather than 4 shots up close than Midas's Drumgun did. Just because of the fact it's called Midas's Drumgun, I'm going to put it up there. Look, I'm going to put them both in really good, but if this was the original Midas's Drumgun, it'd be alongside the Skye up there, 100% in God tier. Brutus's Minigun. Oh my gosh, I love miniguns. You can spam away, destroy builds, take people down. They absolutely hate it. And this thing was really, really good. One of the fastest fire rate weapons in the game. Definitely better than the sideways minigun. And also just, I love Brutus and the Grotto. Who doesn't love Brutus and the Grotto? I'd be tempted to put this thing up here with Godly. Like, genuinely, not as good as the Skye, but up in that rank because it was just how powerful it was. Meowzs Pow Pow Rifle. Now, the heavy AK was never my favorite gun. You have to be so accurate, which is good for keyboard and mouse players. A little bit tougher with controllers, especially those longer distances. But who doesn't love Meowzs as well? The gun's really solid, so much damage, but just not super versatile as an overall weapon, which is why it's really good, but not quite up there for me. Look, I feel like these mythics have all been really good, as they should be, but let's talk about Raz's explosive crossbow. I love crossbows, and when crossbows were added into the game, all the way back in Chapter 1, genuinely, I would replace my assault rifle for them. That's how fun they are. This one has the added ability of actually dropping some little explosives that do 20 damage each, which is really cool if you manage to get it inside their box and annoys them. If you hit a body shot, it's only going to deal 98. It's not going to fully kill them with 100 health. If you hit a headshot, they are definitely going down. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. This thing's good, but compared to some of the other bows we've had, it's kind of not as good. I'm going to put it in okay, guys. Fun, but okay. Kit's Shockwave Launcher. Oh my gosh, I've had so much fun with this thing. First of all, shockwaves just absolutely yeet you. The ammo on this thing goes on forever, and it's great for moving around the map as well. I mean, it's so versatile for offensive, for defensive. I don't know if it's godly or not. Spider-Man's mythic web shooters. So that new mythic, that's probably godly. I mean, you can pick up weapons with it and go off the back of cars. These are obviously from Chapter 2. And as we move into Chapter 3, things get better. I think it's really good, though. I do absolutely love this thing. Sideways Rifle. Oh my gosh. I was never a big fan of this thing. It's meant to deal more damage whilst the weapon is hot, which just is a weird thing anyway for the weapon to do. The accuracy of it is awful. They had to change this weapon to make it better towards the end of the season. It did help a little bit. Honest, I'm gonna just slap it in bad. Look, all of these aliens / outsiders that bring their weapon mythics to the game, they're just not as good as the heroes that we've had in the island before. Spire Assassin's Primal Shotgun. Now, I know the Primal Shotgun was a hot topic. People really didn't like Primal Shotguns when they first came out because they were quite OP. This thing does shoot very fast. It is good. I can't get behind it. It's okay for me. Maybe it is really good. You can spam it easily. I just didn't like it. Which brings us on to, and we're about to set off the nuke on this incredible red versus blue map by my Fortnite team, Team Atomic, which is very exciting. Kids Charge Shotgun. Now, this is maybe controversial. I really like the charge shotgun. I know everyone loves the pump, but I actually like the charge. I think having that ability to charge it up a little bit, line up your shot, and think a little bit more about where you're going to shoot them, and then hitting them with a really hard shotgun hit, I really liked it. Partnering this with Kit's shockwave launcher was just so much fun. It's got to go up there for me as godly. If I was going to make any changes, I don't know if I'd actually just put these down in trash, to be honest with you. In Fortnite, we have seen some other mythics, including a lot of the Marvel mythics as well. If you want me to revisit them, let me know. But for now, we're going to be setting off the nuke on this map. As I said at the beginning, you can join this map using the code on screen. I'm going to link it in the description as well. Joining will allow you to get XP to rank up your battle pass. And if you manage to go ahead and set off the nuke, you actually get a load of XP. So it's worth grinding for if you want to have an awesome map to play over the Christmas period. Let me know if you agree with my tier list. More videos on screen here. Click to keep on watching. I'll see you on another one, guys. Thanks for watching.